Hello, everybody. Very warm welcome to our modern biology. Welcome to our channel. I'm Chashmita, your educator. I'm here with another video, which is cell signaling. I hope it will clear out all your doubts regarding to this topic. So, without any further delay, let's get into the topic. But before that, make sure you have subscribed my channel and press the bell icon for further notification. So, very first, we will see the introduction of cell signaling. As we all know, cell connects with their neighboring cell, or every cell connects with each other. Like cell signaling, in cell signaling, we will see how cell connects with their neighboring cell. So suppose here is a three cell number 1, cell number 2 and cell number 3. Here is a cell number 1, 2 and 3. Cell number 1 release some chemical messenger to the extracellular surface. Extracellular surface means the space between cell number 1 and 2. It release some chemical messenger to the extracellular surface. That chemical messenger we known as ligand. Ligand. That chemical messenger is known as ligand. That ligand will going to act on the target cell. Suppose cell number 3 have receptor on the plasma membrane of the cell surface for that particular signaling molecule. It will going to bind with that receptor, but it will not show any effect on the cell number 2 because it does not have any receptor for that particular molecules. So it will show its effect on the cell number 3 because it has receptor on the surface of plasma membrane. So after signaling molecule will going to bind with the receptor which is present in the cell number 3, some sort of modification occur in the target cell receptor. After modification, it will initiate a signal transduction pathway inside of the cell. The receptor and molecule complex, after modification, it will activate downstream any one protein. Suppose it will activate kinase, the kinase activate any other protein. Suppose we will take example as apoptosis as an example. After activation of receptor, it will activate death domain protein. Then it will activate caspase. Then at the end, target protein activation of target protein occur. Then after the activation of target protein, cytoskeleton breakdown occur, and also nuclear breakdown also occur. Like after receiving the signal, the target cell activate, and cell will show its the target cell will show its response. Clear? So if you will ask me how many types of signaling molecule is present, then let me tell you, there are various type of signaling molecule is present. First one is cell molecule release from the one cell, then bind with the another cell, as I said. Like this type of this is the one type of signaling molecule is present. Like signaling molecule release will release from one cell, and it will going to act on the other cell. It is known as secretory signaling molecule. And also membrane boundary signaling molecule is also present. It will not going to bind with another cell. Well, suppose this is one cell, the signaling molecule is present in the plasma membrane of that cell, and the target cell will come and bind with that target cell will come and bind with that signaling molecule. It is another type of signaling molecule is present. It is known as membrane boundary signaling molecules. Now if you will ask me why cell signaling occur, cell signaling occur, one cell gives signals to the another cell for the apoptosis, for cell division, or any other cases, for any other reason cell signaling occur. So let's see the first point. All cells receive and respond the cell signaling from their surrounding. As I said, chemical messenger can be hormones. It can be hormone transmitter. It can be transmitter or any other mediated. Like chemical messenger can hormone, can transmitters, or can any other mediated. For the next, we will see modes of cell signaling. As I had already discussed this in our previous slide, extracellular signaling usually involve the following steps. Step number one is synthesis and release of signaling molecule by signaling cell. Suppose here is the signaling cell. It release out some sort of chemical molecules to the extracellular surface. Then after releasing this chemical messenger from the target cell, from the signaling cell, it will transport to the target cell. The second point, the second step is transportation of signaling to the target cell. After transportation, what will happen? Binding of signaling molecule by specific receptor leading to its activation. The third step is it will going to bind with the target cell to lead. After binding this, it will activate. It will leading to its activation. A target cell must have some receptor on the surface. The molecule will going to bind with that, will go and bind with that receptor. After binding to that receptor, it will go leading to its activation. After activation, what will happen? The last step is the initiation of signal transduction pathway. After the signaling molecule bind with that receptor, it will activate itself. After activation, it will going to initiate signal transduction pathway. So now we will see signaling molecule classification. It is classified into four types. The signaling molecule is classified into four types. One is endocrine, next one is paracrine, autocrine and juxtacrine. We will see these four in more detail in our next slide. So here in this slide we will see endocrine signaling, which is the type 1. The signaling molecule act on the target cell distinctly located from the site of synthesis. The target cell is located very distinctly from the site of synthesis, from the signaling cell. It is long range signaling molecule transported by the bloodstream. Here in this picture you can see endocrine signaling, a cell target or distinct cell through the bloodstream. Here is the signaling cell, here is the target cell. Signaling cell will release some sort of chemical messenger, and it will transport it through the bloodstream and going to act on target cell. It will go and act on the target cell. So here you can take an example of hormones. Pancreas endocrine signaling molecules which is produce insulin, which regulate the glucose uptake of the cell overall the body throughout the bloodstream. So hormone function is an endocrine manner including testosterone, progesterone and gonadotropin. So here is the example. Here is hormones. Here you can take as example of hormones. So let's see paracrine signal. Paracrine signaling means, as we know, signaling means interaction between two cells. Here in this case, paracrine signaling, in this case, two adjacent cell involved in the interaction. Suppose here is the cell number 1, here is the cell number 2. Cell number 1, cell number 2. Cell number 1 release some chemical messenger to the outer environment of the cell. It will go and bind with the cell number 2, which is target cell. Target cell presents some receptor in the plasma membrane. The cell, this molecule will go and bind with that plasma membrane receptor and to form ligand and receptor complex. After forming the ligand receptor complex, now it will receive some downstream signal that will lead to show it effect, the target cell will show it effects. So then let's see the first point. Paracrine signal, the signal molecule released by cell affect the target cell in the closer proximity. The distance between cell is very close, like it will act on the closer proximity of the cell. Then the second point is cell that produce paracrine factors secrete them into immediate cellular environment. it will the producer cell, it will release some chemical messenger to the outside of the cell. Example is neurotransmitter in the carrying signal between nerve cell at the synapse, at a synapse. So here you can see paracrine signaling, a cell target or nearby cell. Here is the one cell number 1. Here is the cell number 2. It release some chemical messenger which is ligand. It will going to act on the target cell, and target cell will show its effect. So here you can see in this slide, here is the example of best example of paracrine signaling. If you know about the neurons now, then you must know about this. Here is the presynaptic neuron, here is the postsynaptic neuron. And this presynaptic neuron contain neurotransmitter which will act as a signaler molecule. After this signaling molecule release into the space between two neurotransmitter which is known as synapse, or you can say it is synaptic cleft. After releasing this neurotransmitter into the synaptic cleft, it will act as a signaler molecule which will going to bind, which will going to act on the target cell. Here's the target cell is postsynaptic neuron. Postsynaptic neuron membrane contains so many receptor. Here is, you can say there is so many receptor. After releasing this signaler molecule, it will going to act on the target cell. It will bind with the target receptor. After binding this molecule into the target receptor, it will act as a ligand receptor complex. After forming this complex, it will activate the further transmission. So here is the best example of paracrine signaling, you can see. So here another type which is autocrine signaling. Autocrine means, auto means self. Self-inducing signaling is known as autocrine signaling. In autocrine signaling, suppose this is a cell. Here is receptor present on the surface of that cell. That cell release some chemicals to the outer side of the plasma membrane. After releasing these chemicals, it will go and bind with that ligand which is present in that cell surface. After binding the ligand or receptor, then this signal will go and tell the cell for further activation, means for apoptosis or cell division. Most of the cases, autocrine in the signal induced for cell division or cell regeneration or tissue regeneration. Then let's see what is the first point. The signaling molecule produce an effect on the same cell. As I said, example of the autocrine signaling is culture cell, tumor cell, immune cell. And one such example is liver regeneration. In liver cell, if any damage that if any damage occur, that secrete chemical mediators. Chemical mediator, if any damage occur in the liver cell, then it will secrete some chemical mediator that going to act on the surface of receptor. Then it will tell the cell that produce more hepatocytes to heal the damage. So you clear about the now you clear about the autocrine signaling. Then come to our next slide. Here in this slide we will see juxtacrine signaling, which is fourth one. Juxtacrine signaling, also known as contact dependent signaling. Sorry, I have forgotten to highlight this signaling. Anyway, in it need to contact between two cells. In juxtacrine signaling, two cells are very close to each other, means physical contact occur between two cells. It is also known as contact dependent signaling. The first point is, this type of signaling requires physical contact between the cell. And three types of juxtacrine signaling molecules occur. First one is the membrane ligand. Membrane ligand like a protein, oligosaccharide and lipid. And membrane protein, two adjacent cell interact with each other. First one is the membrane ligand like protein, oligosaccharide or lipid, and membrane protein of two adjacent cell interact with each other. Then second one is a communicating junction link the intercellular component of two adjacent cells allows some small molecules. So there is a contact between two cells mainly in the form of junction. So that two cell will share or allow to a small molecule or they simply interact with each other. Then third one is an extracellular matrix, glycoprotein and membrane interact. Sometimes there is the interaction of ECM and as well as membrane protein of adjacent cell. They will interact with each other, but in the form of contact dependent manner. So here in this slide you can see the example of juxtacrine signaling, which is Notch signaling and classical cadherin signaling. Notch signaling used in the cell proliferation or cell fate determination, etc. Here you can see in this picture, you can see there is a direct contact between two cells. Here is one cell and here is another cell. Here is a signaling cell and here is a target cell. Direct contact between two cell, and there is direct contact may be due to protein interaction or due to formation of junction uh, between two cell or interaction of ECM and membrane protein. So guys, I have solely covered of the basic overview of the cell signaling in this video. Hope you all had a good session. Hope you all are clear now. I will come with another time with another new video. So still then, do watch and do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon for further notification.